Hello and welcome to the 9th edition of
The 10th edition. Welcome to the final edition of this season's Weekend Review.
This is the final episode of Season 1 of Weekend Review.
Season 10.
It's been a blast.
Episode 10.
It's been a real blast, you know. Think about all the memories we've had.
I was going to ask if you wanted to recap some stuff. Some of the top moments, maybe.
I don't really remember much of the show. I was blacked out.
Well, top moments.
While recording it and listening to it.
Any moments you remember. Those can count as the top moments for now.
I'd say up there is like, I love when we used to sing songs. I know it hasn't been much as late.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say that couldn't change?
Yeah.
There's no reason that it couldn't change. All the songs we did, you know.
Don't do the same note. Harmonize.
I don't know what that means.
Do you know what it's harmony?
Harmony?
Harmony.
I thought harmony was when you sang the same thing the other person sang.
I thought harmony was like you're in a different country and you're like, how many you have? Like, how many do you have? Like, how many?
Again with the racist impressions.
This is a general country. You can if you had a country in mind, you're racist. That was just flat out imitation of humanity. Aliens would have said that. Well, they would have said, hey, we went to Earth. We saw someone. They asked how many spaceships they said that we had, but they said it like, how many? I'm saying this is just objective repetition of something that is indicative of humanity. I
don't know. I was picturing a Swede.
Oh my God, you're the racist. This is like the Von Trapp family.
There's two things I can't stand: people that don't respect other people's cultures, and the Dutch. What movie am I quoting?
I believe that's Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me.
All right, for 10 million points and a big wiffle ball bat across the face.
Thank you.
No, just kidding. I don't play wiffle ball, man. How old do you think I am?
I don't know. Well, I didn't know that there was an age limit.
I think once you get past a certain age, they don't let you play wiffle ball anymore.
Oh, I saw some people.
Not just for your own sake, but for the safety of the other players.
Well, ponder me this. Yesterday, I went on a bike ride. This should surprise no one. That's not the crux of the story. But
you went on a what ride?
Shut up. This isn't again. This is just the background to the story. But what do you say about the group of adults whom I saw playing kickball?
Well, I think.
How do you explain this in your theory of everything, Mr. Hawking?
It's just
how do you defend yourself?
It's some older people trying to recapture their youth, and failing miserably. They probably don't have jobs. They smoke a lot of weed, and they don't know anything about the real world. But I could teach them a thing or two. Let me on that kickball field. I'll teach them a thing or two.
So you would allow yourself to play kickball?
No, I mean I'm saying like they're stupid and immature for doing that. But I mean, let me teach them a thing or two. I can get on that kickball field and kick around a ball. Big deal. Like it's not even fun. it's not even fun. Okay, I don't know why people do it. It's like it's not fun. It's just stupid. I don't want to fucking play kickball. I wouldn't even come if they invited me. Fuck that.
So would you be their coach, like reluctantly, like you show up late to every practice, but you love it, but you purposefully show up late or something? Like, are you like self-sabotaging or something? Like
you're describing the
I don't understand what your motivation is.
Bad News Bears, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, it was a quality film.
Yes, I would show up to practices drunk, and I mean I don't have much experience coaching a kickball team per se.
Right.
But I do smoke a lot of that weed.
So that would be
shout out to Weezy.
So that would be your common point between these people. That would be the bridge. The bridge, not too far, but just right.
The bridge to Terabithia, for all I care.
Another wonderful movie. We got Austin Powers, Bridge to Terabithia.
We talk about movies a lot on the show.
Well, we've seen a lot of movies. I don't know
the last
anyone
one you saw.
Last movie I saw. You talking about theaters? Or you talking about personal consumption, like at home?
Either or.
Well,
that was the last album I listened to.
Elliott Smith?
Yeah.
Who called it?
Yeah. Who called it?
Who called it?
That was the K-Man.
No, that was what they said on the field. They said, "Who caught it?"
I don't know who. I don't know if we said this yet, but welcome to Weekend Review.
Weekend Review.
My name is Jake Cook.
But he ain't no chef. And my name's Kenneth Pereira.
But he ain't no Fiat.
Or a Fiat. Small Italian car.
It's very compact, sleek, for the sporty soccer mom.
Yeah, who can't afford a smart car.
Yeah.
This car's for you.
What is the last movie you saw?
Right. I'm gonna go with the last movie. The last movie I saw was Me, You, and Everyone We Know.
Oh, that's a classic.
By Miranda July.
Yeah, she's quite a character.
She's quite a character.
Just look at her. She's so cute.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh,
she looks at you with those eyes, and she's
adorable.
Just like, love me tender.
And it's just like so goofy and silly.
And it's so quirky, and she's such an artist.
She's got quirk down pat.
She does have it down pat. It's almost too much. I felt quirky, and then after watching that, I felt dull.
I'm telling you, she could pat down my quirk anytime. Up top. Let's go. All right. That's a okay movie. I don't really like it that much.
I thought it was great. I actually would give it good reviews. I think I love movies that hold on to like a story enough. Like some movies I've seen that's like the plot is so abstract. It's like, what the fuck's happening here? Like a Terrence Malick movie or something. It's just like, god damn it, this is so thick with like subtlety.
I've never seen any of his films.
Well, then you're not sophisticated enough to understand this metaphor. But
would you say I'm not missing much? I
would say that it would be argued that you were missing a lot, but it'd be hard to understand the argument. They'd be like, there's so much happening. And you're like, what? It's like the butterfly's wings. Did you not see it once every 25 seconds on the dot? How do you know that? Why do you know that?
That's like autistic level filmsmanship.
I can't handle it.
Filmography? That's
filmography. Filmography. Yeah.
Filmography. That's some good filmography right there.
That's some good filmography. I ain't never had no better filmography.
Hey, the thing I know about film is that I get on my teeth all the time from plaque because I don't brush my teeth because I'm gross.
That is an A1 steak sauce joke.
I'm just trying. I'm just trying to.
Hey,
that's my character, right?
Listen to Teeth Film over here. He's got something to say.
I'm like the bad boy of podcasting. I'm the bad boy of comedy. I'm the bad boy of podcasting.
It's a regular Martin Lawrence.
I do what I do. My apathy towards my craft is apparent, and it's not funny, but it's interesting.
Oh, so you like the Mark Maron.
Even he is funnier than me, and I'm a piece of garbage, man. You might as well.
You sound like him right now.
Look for me, and you're a close dumpster because I'm a piece of shit.
You'll find me next to the day old shitbag diaper that the baby left because he's out there on his own. He's working hard, So what if he takes a big shit? He worked for that, He had to scrounge up some money, that baby. And
is that you're doing an impression of me?
No, that's me doing an impression of Mark Maron. The Mark Maron that you just made up that's sort of more fictionalized than the real Mark Maron. So this is your Mark Maron as lived through me vicariously.
Okay.
So it's not real Mark Maron, but it's like a fictitious, very close approximation to what you were saying.
Look, you don't have to condescend to me, all right? I knew what it was. I was just making a joke.
Oh. We can review.
I was just kidding about that.
It's okay. I forgive you. Forgiveness is worth twice as much as you paid for it. That's what they say.
As I was telling you before, I pretty much bombed twice last night. Not feeling so great about my comedy career, but it's okay because I have a new passion.
What is it?
I've been watching episodes of Gilmore Girls all the time.
My girlfriend has too.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she like it?
She does like it. I don't. Well, actually, I listened to some of the dialogue last night, and I was like, "This is intelligent."
I don't really like it. I think because I've like kind of set my mind to watching all of these episodes, and I don't really want to watch it anymore. At first, probably the first 5 episodes.
They're 45 minutes each episode,
right.
And how many seasons are there? Let's just set
There's 7 seasons.
So let's set the scene. Like how much? This is a huge commitment if you're going to start watching Gilmore Girls. I mean, how many episodes per season on average?
There's like 22 episodes per season.
Oh my god! Well, I'm gonna do some quick math while Jake talks about.
Well,
this.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you it's 153 total episodes.
Okay, but we need to figure out how many minutes.
How many minutes?
I'll do the math.
153 times 45. Well, basically, I've been writing a synopsis for each episode of.
That seems excessive.
Gilmore Girls. I've been keeping notes, really exhaustive notes. Not really exhaustive, but just kind of like the stuff that pops up to me while I'm watching the episode, and I'm gonna make it into a zine, which is short for shitty magazine made of paper. And so I'm gonna do that.
So zine is a word that is short for something, but it's both it's in the middle of a prefix and a suffix.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the few. This is a rare word. People may not know about this. I just wonder if they might want to know the word etymology. Zine? It's very rare because like it's the only naturally occurring word, non-imaginary, that comes with both a suffix and a prefix, but the actual shortening of it comes from within.
It's not that uncommon of a colloquialism.
No, it's not. But people don't know the history, and I just think that history is important.
I mean, I don't know the history of zines. I could look it up real quick, but let's not waste
bandwidth on that.
Come on, this is only an hour and 5 minute long show this weekend review.
There's no Squarespace coming in to afford our servers here.
Hell no, not yet.
Not yet.
One day, You think we should just start doing ads for Squarespace?
A better web starts with your website.
Squarespace, a better web starts with your website.
Squarespace, drag and drop interface.
With your plain drag and drop interface, go to the top of the website and be sure to click the radio microphone.
Can't find the radio microphone? Don't worry, there's a 24-hour support team, and they're always willing to help.
24 hours of support. That's like 12 times 2.
And 7 times 1. Days a week.
Days a week. Months a year. There's months in a year. There's years in a century. Squarespace. Okay, I'm watching all these episodes of the Gilmore Girls, and I really don't like it. Really don't like it. I'd like to. I know I haven't really read stuff on this show.
Yeah.
But possibly I'll read a quick sample.
Sure.
Just to wet the palate, because that's what I've been working on. And it's making my it's making it so I haven't slept very much, because
writing synopsises for episodes that already have synopsises.
Well, it's not. It's more than a synopsis. It's somewhat of a. It's okay. So here's an example.
Okay.
Episode 15. Christopher returns. Surprise, surprise. Rory's bullshit father named Christopher attempts to assert himself into the life of the Gilmore Girls after a prolonged absence. Gee, I wonder how this will end up. Seriously, I am a complete idiot, so I am genuinely fascinated. He attempts to buy Rory an expensive book, and his card is declined. Lorelai and Christopher fuck on the balcony of Grandma and Grandpa's house, and naively expect Rory, the smartest high school student ever, to not be privy to the gross and impulsive act of lust. That's just a quick sample.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the shameless self-promotion.
No, I think that there's nothing shameless about it. I think you should unroll the carpet for yourself and not wait for the minions and peons to do it.
Hey, I'll if it's opinion...
Dude, what I'm saying to you, I understand. Okay, so I saw you making all these posts on Facebook, and I had no idea what the context was. I thought you were reading stuff off Hallmark cards.
No, it's that's kind of how I got the idea. I started watching these episodes, and just writing, just like being kind of
snarky with your.
Not intentionally snarky.
Well, you said like Rory's bullshit father.
Well, that's the thing. I'm on episode 15 now, and I think the tone of my reviews or synopsises are getting more and more angry, because I don't like these characters anymore. I'm really frustrated by the dialogue, and I've watched so much of it recently that like it's just driving me crazy. Because I'm just trying to get all these down. I want to write it and then make a zine. Each issue is going to be one season. And so it's going to be 7 issues total eventually. I don't know how long it'll take.
This is a huge project.
I know.
You're going to commit to this?
Yes.
What a waste of time. Oh, my God.
No, it's going to be good, man.
I think it will be good, but this is like, oh, my God. This is like building a sandcastle out of dog shit.
It's the stupidest idea of all time.
It is quite dumb.
No one has ever had a worse idea since, one of the Wright brothers was like, hey, why don't we just make a plane with one wing?
Hey, why don't we make this one out of a box? Try it out. You ever seen... I dropped a box. It flew for, It
flew for a long time and then fell into the river. I'm really on fire today.
You are pretty on fire. That river, no one saw that coming.
Yeah, man.
Not even the Wright brothers themselves.
That joke was like, took a quick 360 turn that nobody expected.
No, but in seriousness, I do think that that's a really, really funny idea. Can I tell you a similar idea that I had recently? That's equally stupid and actually very arduous if I were to take it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this idea, like you know how chords on guitar, you can basically play guitar pretty proficiently without knowing anything about music, like notes or anything, because you memorize like the chord shapes, and every chord shape has like a number.
Yeah.
So like the chord shape, it will tell you like to play a G, you put your middle finger on the third string of the guitar, and then so on and so forth.
Okay.
So my thought is, so every time I see that it's on a clock, and when it's 2:32, I think that's a D major chord. Okay. Because to play a D major chord is 2-3-2 on the last 3 strings of the guitar.
Okay.
So I was thinking what I could do is I could convert the whole clock, all 24 hours, into the chords that they would be if the numbers represented where on the fret you were supposed to go.
Nice.
So like 2-3-2. So I'd be like, hey, how's it going? It's D major currently. Yeah. Approaching D major minor 7th flat fifth.
So you just want to do that to say it in your personal life, like to tell it to people.
Kind of, but also just as sort of just a little thing, just like.
For your podcast?
Yeah, but then if I ever did it, I'd also have this moment to explain what I was talking about, which people would definitely think I was crazy in the interim. But I'd be like, yeah, I converted the clock to the chords that it would be if they were a guitar and the first 3 strings, starting with the low E.
That's I think you should at least you should record yourself playing that chord for every time you say the time.
I could make a watch that it chimes on the hour.
Yeah.
And like every 10 minutes.
That you don't have to be. Chimes on the hour every 10 minutes?
Chimes on the hour and every 10 minutes, or on every 10 minutes.
I think that'd be annoying. I don't think anybody would buy that.
Well, it would be
you can make it an app for the iPhone.
Yeah, it would be progressively chromatic scale that would sound like worse and worse, and then it would have like 3 good sounding chords every hour. So you'd have like 3, I guess every 10 minutes or so in my clock, you'd have maybe 2 nice sounding chords.
So what you're saying there's 60 frets?
No, it repeats, but you go up an octave. It repeats every 12, but you just go up an octave. You couldn't really convey that part. But no one's gonna understand it anyway. It's kind of out there. So
right now it's 10:30. So what would that be?
The 10th fret on the E string, that would be a D, and then a 2 on the A string, A flat, B, and then
A flat or B?
It would be, well, they're the same.
No.
A flat and B.
No, this is on a guitar. Maybe.
Wait, A flat.
This is B. This is A flat. This is A. This is A sharp.
Yeah, let's do the math. Hold on here a second. So A sharp, B.
We're gonna figure this out.
So it'd be D, B. Daniel Bernard, shout out.
Shout out to DB. Better not be no mayonnaise on that sandwich, boy. Inside joke.
And then D flat.
You get it when you're older.
So it's a D.
Okay.
B, D flat. That's what time it is. It's 10:29.
Sounds kind of cool, man.
It's a very angsty chord. It's like the first chord you hear in a Nirvana album.
It sounds like the first chord you would hear in like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like that should be in like Underworld, The Darkness Evolution or whatever.
And if anyone does want to check our math on that, I would love to hear if we were wrong about that chord. Yeah. Please get back to us and let us know the real chord, what it sounds like, and what it's called.
And someone please give us some correspondence of some kind, because I'm dying to read some fan mail on the show. I've been wanting to do that since episode 1.
Yeah, it feels kind of. You ever see that movie?
10 episodes we've done so far. Go ahead.
You seen that movie Castaway?
Funny thing to mention about that. Go ahead.
Well, I was just curious if you've seen it.
No, yes, I have seen it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
That's all you wanted to say?
Yeah, just quickly. Just wanted to ask you about it.
Well, say something about it real quick while I pull this thing up that's of relevance.
Well, Castaway is a movie that has no real connection to what we were talking about before, unless you've seen the movie, in which case you know that it actually does. So this joke's actually for you. Those of you who have seen that movie and can recall how it might have been applicable based on the situation that preceded it, that joke was for you. You may enjoy a smug smile to yourself. If you're in a social situation...
I can't find it.
Okay.
But basically, I saw on Reddit today, TIL, which stands for Today I Learned. You're familiar with Reddit, right?
It's like a Craigslist, right?
Reddit is a link aggregator that people can vote the links up or down, and that's what makes it to the front page. And then if you go further into it, it's like, see these things on the side?
Yeah.
Like this thing has gotten...
Okay, upvotes and stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
upvotes, that I understand. Or down votes. And it's a big, stupid war, and there's a bunch of fucking idiot nerds on Reddit. But and they won't upvote anything I've ever said, even though I make really funny jokes. And it pisses me off.
No one's ever upvoted you?
No, I think probably one time.
So do you start at the top and then people push you down?
Well, I guess so.
Do you though?
You can yeah. No, you don't start at the top and people push you down. You start at the bottom.
So people have to go back to...
They have to find your link and then vote it up. But anyway, I read today on Reddit that the director for the movie Castaway put himself stranded himself on an island for 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah, for real.
To study the part?
Yeah, to learn about being stranded on an island, and forced himself to find like food and water and stuff. And at some point, a volleyball washed upon the shore.
No, that was serendipitous.
That's crazy as shit, right?
I just imagine him going out to... Now, Tom... Now, I was here for 2 weeks.
Hey, listen, Tom, you're really not playing this character right. You see, during this part of your stranding, what you want to be doing is panicking more. You seem kind of smug and handsome. That's not really what I wanted for this role. soul.
That's not what I felt. It was raining most nights. You've been very lucky. There's been no rain here. It's been all sunshine. You go back to the hotel. But when I was here, it rained every night, and I got walking pneumonia.
And I'm going to tell you again, I mean, honestly, I hate to keep saying this, but again, too handsome. You're too handsome right now.
Did you hear something outside?
No.
I heard like a weird thud. It sounded like something, like someone like punched the wall or something.
Oh, dude, I heard.
Knocked me out of character.
Here's something funny. Every morning around a certain time, there's a guy that stands outside of my apartment building and says, "Hey D, hey D, yo D."
He's gonna call him over here.
And then a guy that I guess lives here. I finally figured it out. It must be a guy that lives here that he's yelling at his window, and the guy opens the window and has a conversation with him. But I swear to God, I've heard this like 50 times, like in the same voice, the same cadence, always around the same time.
Two people who need to be introduced to the telephone, apparently.
I guess so, yeah. They both lack phones, so I think they're probably a couple of lowlifes. But it's some kind of drug deal going down.
That's intense because no matter at what distance, if that's your situation, it's like you're in a long distance relationship. It's like it's more of a struggle.
I mean, a relationship should never be a struggle, and I'm not talking about rape. Rape is bad. Okay?
I thought you were talking about hate breed, like sort of like respecting yourself and like should never be a struggle.
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Dun.
I'm gonna stand my ground. I think that's Throwdown, actually.
It's the same difference.
What the fuck was I talking about before? Real quick, I wanted to say Zach Galifianakis was almost unrecognizable at the SAG Awards.
Is that? Oh, well, never mind. I was gonna make a mean joke, but I'll hold my tongue.
Well, I think you're probably gonna make the same joke that I'm gonna make.
Oh wow. Birds of a feather.
SAG Awards, indeed. Because he was sagging, his skin was sagging because he lost all that weight. He's a big tub of lard, and now he lost a little bit of weight, but he's still weird looing. So
he looked healthier.
Props on him.
I mean, I miss the Zach that was like a huggable bear, you know.
Well, you know, being fat, being the fat, big fatty fall down character, it takes a toll on any comedic actor. Just ask Chris
and their
Farley.
knees for sure.
Yeah.
All the times you have to, all the physical humor that goes along with being a fat actor. It's really like, I think it's more intense than being like an Olympic athlete.
Big fat. Whoa.
What was it? That was that same noise. It's like really loud.
I definitely heard it that time.
It was like someone's like throwing a football against your window, or not your window, but like the side of your wall. It's like it's like a dull thud.
Who cares, man? It's probably a dull thud that's making it.
The musician.
No, just a person. He's a dull person. And
he's a dull thud.
Can be described as a thud.
I think you're trying
dull
to say,
thug.
Are you trying to say thug? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. A dull thud by a dull thug.
This sounds like someone from like Saudi Arabia.
This morning I was sleeping and I heard this weird, like out of nowhere. I was falling asleep. My computer was closed. My phone. The sound didn't come from my phone, but I heard very clearly part of the Judge Joe Brown show, and it sounded like it was coming from my bathroom. And it kept me up because I was like, where the fuck did that sound come from? I have no idea. I was like, today on the Judge Joe Brown show, we see a case of, and it like cut off or something. It was like really clear. Well, and I was like, was that one of my neighbors? Like, was it coming through the window? My windows were closed. I have no idea. It was really weird.
Wow. Well,
Did you hear that?
I heard that. Yeah, that was kind of freaky. But
what were you gonna say?
Well, I used to live here too, and I mean, everyone knows. I mean, there are specters on this ground. This is not holy ground. Did you never hear about the man who died? Not in this room, but in this building.
You're telling me there's been a haunting?
For at least 13 years, if not 8.
Oh my goodness!
You never heard this story?
Be gone, spirit.
Did George, the groundskeeper, never tell you?
No.
You know George, though, right? You met him.
I know George. How's
he doing?
He's doing okay. He woke me up yesterday. He was like, I was sleeping, and he knocked on my door, and I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey man, it's George. I was like, hey George, how's it going? He was like, hey man, you got a water running in your toilet commode, right? I didn't really understand what he was asking. Yeah. But I was just like, I was really tired. I was like, oh no man, I don't think so. And he's like, all right. I don't know what he.
You could have gotten your sink fixed, and you're like, oh no.
No, it wasn't that. He was like, I think what it was is that the water wasn't running in our apartment building for a brief period of time, and George was asking the neighbors if they had running water, or something. But anyway.
Yeah, back to the haunting.
Yeah.
So there was a
Haunting in
man.
Connecticut.
There was a man here once, and he was a businessman. You know, always had like really important appointments, and you know, just sort of a busybody, like just your classic like work real hard kind of guy. But he was like kind of ugly, so he never got a wife or anything. But he was a really hard worker. So he used to live here, and he would just he would work all day long, come home really late, and he loved two things in the world. He loved Hungerman Chicken Classic with the brownie.
Who doesn't?
Well, of course, but this was his favorite.
Oh,
and then,
it was his favorite?
Yes.
Oh, well,
and then to relax,
it's not my favorite.
he would cook that. It was sort of a ritual. It would take about 25 minutes after he got home to get settled, to get into his comfy clothes, to microwave his dinner. And then he would sit down and he would watch for hours on end DVR'd episodes of Judge Joe Brown. And he would just sit there and he would just veg out as much as any carnivore can do. He would eat a couple, and everyone sort of like his like, obviously his nickname was like Hungry Man, because he goes downstairs to throw his trash away, and you know we have that communal trash can, and you just see like these piles of Hungry Men, and they're just like in garbage bags on both sides of his body, and he's just like, he looks at you, and you look at him, and he kind of sneers, you know.
I found an eaten box of Hungry Man.
They just appear around the building, but I haven't told you what happened.
Oh my God! How did he die?
So what happened? He had a really important business meal or meeting.
Business meal.
He had a business meeting meal.
I wish that was my job.
A business meal.
Yeah.
So he was preparing for this, and he had a speech that he had to give. So every time he got really nervous, he would eat 3 Hungry Men. And he did this as a ritual.
Why do you keep saying Hungry Men?
Because it's plural.
It's Hungry Man.
Yeah, but he ate 3 Hungry Men.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
So,
Hungry Men.
So he was practicing his speech, and on his 3rd Hungry Man, he ate one of the pieces of chicken, inhaled at the wrong time, and found himself face to face with the kiss of death itself. He fell. He had no family.
So he choked.
He choked. He had no family. No one was there to help him. He struggled. There was obviously a struggle. The police later would report that bottles had been strewn about, and his normally ordered life was not represented by his death. Like it looked like someone had broken in. So
you think he was like strangled by another ghost?
No, maybe.
Oh my God.
There is another story I haven't told you, but maybe I should say that for another time. But so occasionally at night, the tenants of this very building will hear only the beginning, to the Judge Joe Brown show, and that just lets you know that Hungry Man is there, and he had unfinished business. That's why he had that big meeting he never got to go to, and so he died with every intention of staying alive because he wanted to go to that meeting. It was an important meeting, and so like Casper the Friendly Ghost, he stays evermore until his business is finally complet.
Dude, that is like the gayest thing I've ever heard. That's amazing.
Gay or not, it's true. So any kind of thumps or bumps you hear, usually there's a Hungry Man for that, to blame. For that. It's him.
And that's Weekend Review.
Weekend Review.
I've had this song. This is on my list, by the way. I made kind of a paltry list. I don't know if you made much of a list. I don't really do too much work for this show because I'm a busy man. And what do you expect from me? I've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, see, you've got chicken, duck, goose, pheasant. What is that? Quail.
Don't be giving away my secrets.
Well, you said this is a poultry list, right?
No, it's a paltry list. It's a paltry list.
Paltry?
Paltry. You know the word paltry? Don't make me look up the definition in front of you, man. It's going to embarrass the both of us because my computer doesn't work that well.
Well, you're you're like a more southern part of Georgia. I call it poultry, but I guess if you want to call it paltry, then that's fine too. It's like a Paula Deen sort of tender endearment kind of way of saying something. Like when she's like, butter. I call it butter, but she's like, butter.
Yeah, the words just slide out of her fat mouth
like butter.
Like butter.
Yeah.
It's like butter, baby. It's
See?
like butter, baby. It's like butter, baby. It's like butter, baby. No, but I just wanted to mention that I've had this thing stuck on my head for a few days that is it's kind of a Taylor Swift song, but it's like partially made up by me in my head, and I've just been singing it all the time.
Let's hear it.
It's like, baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a body boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a bitty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a batty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a bitty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a batty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a bitty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a batty boy. Baby, I'm a nightmare, just like a batty boy. So I just want to mention that I've had that stuck on my head, and I thought it was goofy and silly.
Sounds like
worth mentioning.
It sounds like something you can easily walk to. Just like step. If you're stepping really fast.
The title
step.
The title is the South Carolina Walking Blues.
Ah, I like it. It makes me honestly think of motion. Just like poetry in Latin. I remember reading it. They were like, yes, this quartet is set to the drums that Lucretius himself would have played had he been performing this to a live audience.
Is Lucretius an actual person?
Lucretius is an actual person, and that's not actually the person I'm thinking of, but he wrote something called De Rerum Naturam, which is like this book of like facts about life. It's the facts of life.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take the rest, and then you have the facts of life.
I love Paul F. Tompkins as Alan Thicke. That is so fucking fun. Okay, I said this a second ago, but I'm going to say it now because it deserves to be said. Anyone listening to the show should immediately stop after I finish this sentence and the ones that follow.
Wait until he finishes, though.
Unsubscribe from this show. Do yourself a favor. If you have any self-respect.
Just fuck this show, you know? What a waste of time.
Right. Now,
two stoners talking about their dicks and poop all the time.
Well, one.
One stoner talking about both of their dicks.
I'll accept it.
Yeah.
So while you're inside your browser, your podcast app, go and search for Comedy Bang Bang, and subscribe to that.
B-A-N-G.
B-A-N-G. Yeah, standard spelling applies. Subscribe twice to it, because I think that you should do yourself a favor, and only download episodes that contain something with Paul F. Tompkins.
No, the rest are good too.
Well, yeah, they're good, but it's just like diamonds. They litter a bullshit canvas. But the diamonds, the bullshit, together are perfect.
Have you even heard Paul Tompkins' solo podcast?
Yeah.
The Pod F Tompcast?
Yeah, the Pod F Tompcast, indeed. And Dead Authors. And
I haven't heard that one.
Well, sounds like someone's got some homework.
We're just being fanboys. Me and Kenneth are big fans of podcasts, as are you.
We love them.
I haven't listened to much podcasts recently. Something I
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Something I listened to before.
Fucker.
I feel like
disgusting bitch.
I feel like a race trader or something.
You're awful.
I feel like a piece of shit, man. I mean, I already said that I was garbage earlier.
I feel like your filth is washing off on me just being this close to you.
I mean, it is what it is, and that's all that it is. Shout out to Frank Zappa. I just had a moment of deja vu. It's really weird.
Well, don't want to get too meta.
But like, I think something I listened to recently, which is really good. It's very long. I didn't listen to the whole thing yet, but it's Opie and Anthony talking about the Mel Gibson tapes.
Okay.
That were released a couple of years ago. I don't know if you ever heard those, but they're so fucking brutal.
I did hear them, yeah, but
they're so fucking brutal.
Yeah, strap in, listeners. We're about to listen to a 5-hour podcast about something else.
It's not a podcast, man. It's a radio show.
Who is he talking to?
His girlfriend.
Wow.
He says all kinds of stuff. He calls her a nigger lover, and says that he never loved her, and like that she sucks.
A fake-titted gold digger bitch.
This is just the stupid.
Wow.
This is just the jokers on YouTube thinking they're being funny by
writing stuff in capital letters.
Yeah.
This guy, look at this! It says tits and it's all caps.
But this
you can't handle the truth.
Fucking noted comedian, movie master on YouTube. Yeah, so definitely subscribe to his ingenious comedy rants. This fucking guy, Joker, on YouTube. Sometime we should just read. I love reading comments and stuff.
It sounds like another show. I think you should save that idea for another show. Just save that idea for another show.
I kind of like that's something to consider.
Well, there you go.
Because since you got your own solo podcast, which we haven't mentioned yet,
I do.
I don't think.
No, we haven't. No, I have a new show. I have a new empire.
The podcast Empire.
Yeah, the first released. I wanted to make sure that Jake was okay with having Weekend Review on there before I assumed.
Of course,
he can be a bit. You can be a bit sensitive.
No, that's bullshit, man. I want to be part of the podcast.
You're getting sensitively mad.
Don't even fucking talk to me right now, all right?
See, this is why I wanted to do it in person so that I could hug you afterwards. But yeah, Jesus Charlie is my new show.
It's called Jesus Charlie.
When Weekend Review isn't enough, there's Jesus Charlie.
Is that the motto?
That's the motto. That's the mots. But yeah, you should have your own podcast where you read Yoo-hoo comments about how the chocolate milk tastes. You're like, high fructose corn syrup at the bottom. I don't think so. Stupid Scrum Master 4 didn't just shake it up, idiot.
Have you read about what corn syrup does to your body, man? It's horrible.
It dissolves your bones through your nose so that it comes out of your hair. Can you believe that?
All I know is this podcast empire, it's a great idea. I love it.
Okay.
We're going to have a network of podcasts. It's going to be sweet. One person that will not be invited under any circumstances is that motherfucker, that piece of shit, Alex Warden. And he knows why. And he's banned from the show.
Yeah.
It's not worth mentioning. It's whatever.
It's a shame, too, because I had high hopes. I had drafted the email to invite him into the network, to give him a position, and it was just
because I like his show. It's good. I mean, it's a good show, but he's just proved himself to be an asshole. You know, time and time again. I mean, everybody knows the history. Fans of the show know since episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, he was there from the beginning. For all of season 1, he was just like haunting us.
He's been a thorn in our side,
much like Hungryman.
And we've had 10 episodes now, and I have no plans of stopping. This is the end of season 1, and I'm trying to be positive, not think about Alex. He's not going to be involved with the podcast empire. It's something we're going to do like completely on our own. And it sucks because this is a guy that used to be my friend. And now he's not even allowed in my house.
Well, to be fair, he was both of our friends. You know,
he disrespected me. He made a show of his own, the Re-Show. What was that? Whoa! What the fuck are you doing here, man?
Wait, I'm not supposed to be here.
Doing here?
This isn't what it looks like. This isn't what it looks like.
What does it look like to you? It looks like you just broke into my house.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be here.
You better explain yourself right now. You better talk.
What is talk?
Tell Jake to calm down. I know I'm not supposed to be here.
Somebody better calm me down.
Jake,
listen, I thought you guys. What time is it right now? You guys aren't supposed to be here.
I'm not supposed to be here.
So my shift changed.
Listen, you guys.
This is my house. Okay.
Listen.
Here's what's gonna happen.
Here's what's gonna happen.
I heard your little Re-Show, and that's let me just say it's an appropriate title. You're fucking retard.
Wait.
Man.
You guys listen to my show?
Yeah, begrudgingly.
I didn't want to listen to it. It's
listen,
like
here's what's gonna happen.
What do you mean what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna
leave.
You're gonna get the fuck
This is a big mistake. I didn't mean to be here right now. I know that you guys.
What? Know that we what?
Chill out.
I know how.
No. He needs to talk, okay? Because I'm 10. Right. I'm go 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
I'm completely willing to explain myself, but if there's going to be a problem, if it's going to come to blows, I can totally leave right now. Look, it's not necessary. We can all be adults about this, okay?
What are you here though? That's the weird thing.
Listen, I know about you guys' recording equipment. I heard about the microphone. Okay, I've been listening, and I don't.
Yeah, right. Some listener you are. You tried to ruin the show. You're my friend, man. You're my friend. You tried to ruin my podcast with my other friend.
Jake, we go way back, man. I've known you for years. We can repair this. We can make reparations, right? I know how this looks. I know how this looks. This looks bad. I shouldn't be coming. All right. Sorry.
Stop knocking stuff over, man.
Okay.
Still spilly.
Spilly. How many beers do you have to spill in my house before you're satisfied?
I don't know. Let's find out. That's fine. That's where we're at right now.
I don't like where this is going.
This is where we're at.
This is bullshit, man.
Listen.
I think that we should. Let's just sit down for a second.
I found out you're listening to your episodes again. Yeah, I re-listened to them.
Just take a seat. More than once.
Take a seat.
Take a fucking seat. All right. Just take whatever you want. You want to take everything from me. You want to take a seat. You want to take my podcast. Just take whatever you want.
This is airtime. Airtime needs to be paid for, right? So I'm paying for it right now. I understand this is not necessarily welcome.
This is a labor of love.
I know that you guys have banned me, but I'm here to steal. I'm here to steal.
You're here to
steal what?
You better hold me back, man.
Jake,
your computer, your archives,
hold me back.
Everything is recorded.
Don't you
hold him back?
Don't you even say that to me? I can't even look at you right now. I can't even look at you.
Jake, chill out.
Face the facts, dude. Face the music.
Look, let's figure this out. Jake, take a seat.
I know that you guys have this really brilliant equipment, okay? So I don't have what you have.
We have a very expensive mic.
I'm a feeble member of the podcast.
Yeah, what'd you equip?
You're an outcast.
You are not a part of the podcast empire.
You are the Judas Iscariot.
I'll die before you become podcast emperor.
I'm not trying to be the emperor. I'm just trying to be a serf, if anything. A mere serf. in the Empire.
This isn't California.
You better surf your way out of my fucking house, man.
I'm talking about just being a minor member. I'm trying. You know how I feel about you guys' podcast, right? I don't think it's very good, but maybe I could help. Maybe I could help. Maybe I can help.
God damn you, man. God damn you for saying that. We put so much work into this. I let you into my house. I gave you beers. I promoted your shitty, stupid show, even though it's dumb and I hate it.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you really think? You say that you hate it, but
it was
okay. Come on. Why would you put it on your episode if you really hated it? Just to take the time. I mean, I didn't put clips of your shitty show in my podcast, just to prove it, because it doesn't need to be proven through the clips. I mean, you guys have listened to this show, right? It's going only to get better from here now that I'm here. Okay.
It's a selfish point, but well made.
So you're saying
Kenneth.
You're saying you actually like our show?
I think it's got potential. I think it's got real potential.
That's what our teachers used to say to us, Jake.
Remember school? Oh wait, no, you don't, because you got kicked out when you were like 12 years old.
I think you're sour.
You better hold me back, man. You better hold me back one more time. I'm about to jump this motherfucker and go over his head.
Get kicked out of elementary school.
Okay.
Only flowing to fourth grade like 8 times.
Alex, you're working against yourself here. Come on, chill out, both of you. Chill out. Take a seat.
Right.
Alex, sit down. I think you should probably shut up.
Start crying.
Jake,
I'm just fucking start crying right now.
No, don't start crying.
I don't want to shake your fucking dirty piss hand.
Piss hand?
You came out of the bathroom.
You came out of the bathroom
with my shit hand if that's what it takes.
Dude, that's the nicest thing you've ever said.
All right.
That is nice. Did you come up with that?
Let's just...
Oh my god.
Put it to rest.
A shaking of the
I'm wearing a
sheets.
white t-shirt, for God's sake. Is this any more of a sacrifice or a give up?
Another brilliant point.
And I'm giving you my piss hand. I could be giving you my shit hand, but I'm giving you my piss hand.
A generous gesture.
Come on. Put it to rest.
I like your show, man. It's a good show, all right?
Thanks.
And I like you as a friend.
Thank you.
But you can't come on my show and try to be a part of the podcast empire and try to mess up my show, try to mess up what me and Kenneth got going on, all right?
That is kind of important.
Those weren't my intentions. I'm not here to mingle. Okay? Well, I'm here to mingle. I'm not here to massacre, but I'm here.
Are you single?
What are you even talking about?
I don't know. I walked like 18 miles to get here. I don't have a car.
Did you go in circles?
I didn't have any money to pay somebody to break in to do my dirty work. I was listening to Steely Dan on the way here, but I didn't pay anybody to do my dirty work because I'm not a fool.
I just can't believe that you...
Another good point.
I just can't believe that you broke into my house, you know.
You're gonna steal our microphone? That's shitty, man.
I'll be honest. I just wanted to smell the apartment one more time. Just one more time.
It's nostalgia. Oh my god, that's touching. He's got a heart.
Alright, I have a soft spot. I've got a soft spot for you guys.
Jake.
There's no need to cry, Jake. Don't cry.
You touched him.
It's so beautiful.
I didn't touch him at all. No, audience, I didn't touch Jake anywhere
like
at any point.
Like the Grinch,
reason.
though.
You touched me, you know.
Like the Grinch?
Like the Grinch, his heart grew.
You touched me right here.
Someone called the cops.
There's an ambulance, dude. If you need to go to...
Hey, shut up, alright? We're having an emotional, cathartic moment.
Ambulance just went by.
They're looking for someone to pick up. They heard someone crying. Oh, spring to action.
You have a beautiful voice when you cry.
You do.
Your tears.
It's very homoerotic.
They're like holy water.
It
when
is.
They come out.
I feel nourished and 20 years younger. I feel 5 years old.
Listen, I'm gonna take a seat, all right?
Take a seat.
Okay.
You guys are...
Jake, are you okay?
You guys are my best friends, you know. You're so cool to me. You're so nice, and I really just feel loved. And I'm sick of this bullshit. I want to put it to rest.
Yeah, let's get this shit.
Let's do our own shows. Jesus Charlie, Weekend Review,
the re-show.
I'll do the re-show.
Let's put them together.
And I can do the re-show, and we can unite.
Let's have a podcast empire, right? That's what I really want.
Hey, a house divided against itself
Cannot stand.
Cannot
dude.
stand.
Albert Franklin.
Jesus.
Albert Johnson Franklin.
Yes, I was just making an expletive.
Jesus.
You know what, man?
It smells like shit in here.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Inside joke.
Jake's, how's it going?
See the asterisks below.
You know what, dude? The beef is squashed.
The squash.
I'd like to thank you and welcome.
Oh man, shit.
What the fuck, man? How do you always do this?
Ah man, I'm sorry.
God.
I didn't mean to do that.
Looks like someone's blood.
Listen, it's hardwoods. It's wine. It's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry, man.
He didn't know where the floor was. Be fair.
All right. Well, I mean, what I said still stands.
It totally kind of went right over my head that it was Monday night. You're probably 38 minutes into a new episode.
44.
We're actually 44
and 27
but
seconds.
You're strikingly close. You must have been timing this. This must have been a pretty thought out job.
Apparently, I was timed. I thought today was Sunday. I thought you were going to be at work. So
usually he would be.
I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes I work Sundays.
Sometimes.
But also today's Monday, so.
You need a new clock.
Whoops. I guess I need to get a new clock. A new watch.
Look, I just want to say it's been an emotional episode. We got some time left. I don't know what else we're gonna do for the rest of the time.
We got cat foods primarily made of cornstarch.
One kernel split 3 ways.
Yeah, let's eat it. Let's crush it up.
Alex, I think there's only one thing left to do, man. And let's talk about Degrassi.
Oh my God, no! Can we please not talk about Degrassi?
That's right. It is time for...
I brought up friends.
Wait, shut up. It's time for Degrassi talk. That's right. Because I'm going to talk about Manny and Jay and all of them. Spinner. It's time to finally talk about Degrassi. I think we should just go
straight to the spin zone if you want.
I'm so happy to have you back as my fucking co-host, man. Let's talk about Degrassi. Let's do it.
All right, so one thing I got to say immediately, like Spinner, everybody knows, is a fan of the show Degrassi. I'm talking The Next Generation. It's a show out of Canada, largely distributed in the United States, and mostly watched by the United States audience.
It's awesome.
Because it's really applies to high school. It's the traditional United States education system.
It's so fucking
and
realistic.
Teenage behaviors and trials.
That's what it's about.
So Spinner is, as you guys all know, the worst drummer ever, right?
Yeah.
He's a terrible drummer.
Spinner's the drummer in the band featuring Craig and Drake, also known as Aubrey Graham, also known as Jimmy,
aka
on the show.
Yeah. And Spinner plays the drums, and he's pretty terrible, pretty laughable.
And Craig is the guitarist. Mm-hmm. And for a brief time,
hey, R.I.P.
He's not dead. Did Craig die on the show?
R.I.P.
Spoiler alert, dude.
Kenneth is being.
Is he
sarcastic?
He's kind of trying to like derail the flow of the show, and I don't really like that.
Well, listen, all I was gonna say is that Degrassi, Kenneth, I have every the 4th season at least.
Yeah.
Those are all they belong to your sister.
That's why I don't like the show. Is because you two watched it voluntarily. I watched it peripherally as like a prisoner of war would be tortured through dropping water driplets on their face over and over and over again.
That's pretty dramatic.
I do endure it.
Let me ask you a question.
I still get tics when I hear that theme song. Every time I jump in the air every time that stupid theme song plays. If I'm not prepared.
You're gonna come on my fucking show.
No, come on. Acapella versions don't count.
I know I can make it through.
I think it's funny how
Quit it with the eyebrows.
I think it's funny how Kenneth thinks he can just come on my fucking show and badmouth Degrassi. Like, we're trying to have Degrassi talk here. I mean, don't you feel like that's disrespectful?
I think you should leave the spin zone, man. I think it's time for you to leave the
happily.
spin zone.
I think maybe it's time.
I didn't know there was an exit.
I think maybe it's time Kenneth gets a dose of his own medicine. All right, you are hereby banned from Degrassi talk. You will never be allowed on this fucking show ever again.
This segment.
How dare you?
Just the segment.
Just the segment. You need me for everything else, but yeah. I'll voluntarily become some sort of...
Hey, you can't talk anymore.
Oh.
Sorry, man. You're banned from the show. I don't ever want you on Degrassi talk ever again. We can review.
We can review.
Nice try. Yeah, you're 3rd place, but it's all right.
3rd place.
We're happy to be here.
So coming in straggler last.
Well, you're first to lose.
Last straggler.
1st place in 3rd place.
Dude, somebody here, a buck snort?
Buck snort.
Sound like a buck snorted.
What is a buck snort?
What's a buck snort?
You ever hear like the old expression like, "Man, there's a barking spider in the room"? I heard from my friend and his dad. He grew up hunting. Like every time his dad would fart, be sitting in his recliner drinking a beer, watching the news.
Sounds like heaven.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
It is heaven.
Yeah.
And he said he'd take a fart.
He'd take a fart. Where would he take it to?
He'd just take it out of his ass.
Where'd he put it?
In the air.
How long did it stay there?
Long enough for him to be like, somebody here, Bucksnort? Man. And then his son would be like, yeah, I reckon a buck's in the house.
A buck?
Yeah, a buck.
Like a male deer?
A buck, like a male deer.
Not like a dollar bill.
Like when a buck snorts.
So in the wild, it's like.
You could probably find a sample somewhere on the internet.
I think I just did it pretty well.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
There's like.
That's like a pig.
There's like clearing. What are they doing when they're doing that? Are they clearing their throats?
They're very persnickety about their nose mucus.
Yeah.
Keeping everything at the right
They're just kind of
level.
letting out some steam.
Yeah, they're just like.
No pun intended.
Never done that.
Whoa, that's a deep pun.
It sounds like me last week. I had that cold.
Oh, shout out
which,
to bronchitis.
Which neither of you asked me about.
How you doing? Hey, it smells like shit in here. How you doing?
Don't worry, I'm completely better, and I can smell the shit. Thank you very much. Now
Okay,
that my
great.
nose isn't as congested
Hey, it
as it
smells like
was.
shit in here. How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Kenneth is trying out this new greeting where he says it smells like shit in here, even if the room smells awesome.
Just to make it convivial, I just feel like you walk in a room and it's like a leveler. It's like you go somewhere pretentious, you go somewhere high class, you go somewhere shitty, you go somewhere that's like a hole in the wall. No matter where you go, you say, it smells like shit in here. I'll take a PBR.
Regardless of whether or not the room that he's actually standing in clearly smells like cigarette and pot smoke.
Well, if only it smelled that good.
Look, there's a little bit of shit inside of my room. Okay,
It's like caked it's caked in the carpet.
It's in a plastic bag. That's not
Some of it
shit.
is.
Probably scrubbed it into
That
the
is-
fibers of the carpet.
That's cat vomit, right?
Total
That's not
Oh,
shit.
shit.
okay, that's true. Now there are some. Okay, yeah, there's different kind of.
You see the
chunks.
flecks of orange and
Yeah,
stuff?
the flecks of orange. That's a.
Jake,
it's a
you know
good
how
way.
long I've had this nose? 24 years, okay?
It's a long
It's never
time.
done me wrong. It's never failed me. And I know what I'm smelling right now? It's cat shit.
Well, look at Toucan Sam.
Hefty.
over
There's
here.
no doubt about it.
That's a
I smelled
hefty
it when I was
allegation.
outside on your window ledge breaking into your fucking window.
I don't even want to bring that up.
Lock
Hey,
your window.
isn't it true that
Cat shit? You use cat shit to lock your window?
Dude, look, I broke the bread
It's
with
like,
you,
come
man.
on.
Can you confirm something for me real quick?
Yeah,
So
I
I've
can-
heard that you, first of all, are very bad with directions, and I've heard that you don't know how to use a map, and I've heard that people have to drop pins on Google Maps so that you can find them.
I can attest to that.
Okay, so we have at least one person confirming this. Appreciate that. That was the
Okay.
only thing I asked for.
So I'm outnumbered already.
Well, no.
Yes.
The fourth question is: did you? Okay, you got here. You snuck here. You came here.
I told you I walked 18 miles.
In-
Did that suggest to you that I
in
might have gotten
circles?
lost
Yes.
once or twice?
But how did you find your way? Is my question, because it must have been the.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I know how to use a map.
Well, no, but my question is: did you not smell the place and were lured here by the smell itself?
The
closer
smell's
I got,
not that
yeah.
strong.
The closer I got, by accident.
He only lives 9 miles away, so I think it's strong enough for that.
Sounds like somebody took
Is
a
that
detour.
true? Do you know that for a fact?
No, you don't live 9 miles. You live about 4.5 though.
4.5.
Yeah, I mean I basically live close to each
When
other.
you walk everywhere you go, it seems like a lot longer.
Okay, Forrest Gump.
I'm not
I was
claiming
just
to be.
running.
I'm
I
not-
don't know, Jenny. Sorry.
I need my Nikes.
I'm not trying to co-opt the fictional plight of Tom Hanks.
I'm
okay?
sponsored by
And Forrest
Nike.
Gump. Did you know I own 3 copies of that movie? That's more legs than he had.
Oof.
How in what formats do you own them? You got DVD.
I've got 1 VHS and 2 DVDs.
And it's
And
all-
one of the
all-
DVDs is a Chinese bootleg. I had like this whole DVD case, full, actually 3 Case Logics, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
72 disc holding capacity
Wow.
Of
Multiply
Chinese
that.
of
bootlegs?
Chinese bootleg DVDs.
I think I saw one of those.
Those are really good ones.
Pretty remarkable.
Like the Ali G show. Have you guys ever watched
Yeah,
that show?
it's a hilarious show.
That show is fucking hilarious.
I mean, Sacha Baron Cohen could be a guest on the show,
Hey.
and is a great comedian.
Well, I don't want to give it. I don't want to give away anything.
Don't give anything about season 2 away.
Give anything away. I mean,
yeah.
who knows who knows what's in store for season
Sacha
2?
Baron Cohen might be stopping by. though.
Let's just save it as
I
Sacha
hear
Baron
tell that
Cohen.
He might be coming through the.
There have been a few emails sent to some agents. There's been some talking, some little whining and
I
dining.
might be able
just say
to back up those rumors a little bit.
Oh,
I don't
you
wanna
gotta-
give-
I can't say yes or no, but
You've
I
got
might.
some.
You better not reveal
pretty-
anything about the future of the season 2. You just because you
I
signed a
don't.
confidentiality agreement. during the
Episode
break.
15 is gonna be pretty great though.
Yeah, I signed it in blood. Come and sweat.
That's just like my favorite band.
It's a trifecta.
It is.
You're thinking of blood, sweat, and tears, Kenneth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice try.
Thank you.
But I am the music aficionado of the show.
Indeed, you are.
Ask me any question about any music thing, and I'll try to answer it.
Darren Malakian's fingernails were painted what color during the recording of Toxicity?
Black.
Oh my God, he's wonderful.
That was easy. That was too easy.
That was not a guess.
Well, what shade of black? Let's if you really want to dig into this.
Nice.
Midnight Coal.
And what brand?
Lazy Girl.
Where do you buy it?
Walmart.
He does sort of have a hatred for Walmart, given the Armenian genocide and his hatred for
which is interesting.
American corporations. I guess that kind of he was like rebelling. He loves to rebel so much he rebelled against himself. I won't even follow my own rules.
He did it for a documentary that he never finished. It's like he goes to Walmart and buys stuff. He's like, this is what the average American does.
Throws it in his bag.
Oh, look at me. Oh, $13.27, no problem, ma'am. Do take credit cards.
I got a question for you. Who was the original drummer for Steely Dan?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Brian Frankenpounder. Brian
Frankenpounder?
Frankenpounder, yes.
Brian Frankenpounder, actually, he was in, originally he was in AC/DC, but...
Ooh.
Casey Dixie?
Chevy Chase was the original drummer for Steely Dan.
No.
Yes.
You tell a fib.
I tell no fibs.
Of Saturday Night Live fame?
No.
Yes. Chevy Chase, you know.
Of Vacation?
National Lampoon's Vacation Adventure Series?
Yes, the guy that sets up the Christmas lights goes to shit.
Star of The Jerk?
Star of The Jerk. Yeah, it's Leslie Hammer.
No.
Hammer Time Nielsen.
No, the man who did a cameo in Different Strokes?
Yeah.
No.
It wouldn't be the same Chevy Chase that is notorious for being an asshole on Saturday Night Live, right?
The guy who plays banjo?
Ted Danson's former brother-in-law.
No.
Chevy Chase.
No.
They were married?
No.
They were, through marriage, the relationship.
Gay marriage? Wait, what kind?
No. Brother-in-law. No. What if a judge just forced you to be somebody's brother? Then they'd be your brother-in-law. But
under what circumstances would this happen?
I don't know. Just like
you have no choice as a punishment.
You get
some like weird.
You get a letter.
From now on, you have to go to shitty Christmases with your stupid brother that you fucking hate.
Some really weird eccentric judge is like trying to make a punishment for like a hate crime. He's like, well, now you're going to be legally this person's brother.
Okay. I was curious why.
You're going to look down on your fellow brother. Well, now you're going to be brothers with a brother. How's that feel? You guys like, oh shit.
So was that like a Judge Joe Brown episode that you saw recently?
Nice callback.
How could you have heard that?
Call back. I didn't call you back.
Did you call us back?
Were you listening to the podcast in the bathroom?
Were you listening to the live feed?
I'm not hungry, but
it's not even completely set up.
Fair enough. He says he's not hungry. Let's not push the issue. Hey, my thought: if it's not Indiana, don't push the issue.
Hey, don't even try it.
Don't even. You offer someone a sandwich when they arrive. They say nay. No, don't push the issue.
Would you guys ever wear? Not to take a 360 here.
Okay.
Maybe just a 180 or like a 90 or 30.
Okay, 45 is my preference.
45 is good.
Cool.
Right in between 90 and 0.
Indeed.
We're all familiar with Tony Hawk.
So, would you ever wear what is
TSPF4.
commonly referred to colloquially as a merce, a man purse? It's like a satchel, but it's actually like people call it a merce.
A famous Seinfeld episode was based on this premise.
I'm not gonna wear a purse.
It's a European handbag or whatever.
Well, you know, Indiana Jones wears one of them. So.
That's true. And you know what he keeps inside of it? His vagina.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He keeps the Temple of Doom inside? Oh, you're saying it's from the movie Temple of Doom.
Well, he calls it the Temple of Doom.
The
Temple of Doom.
He calls his vagina the Temple of Doom.
Indiana Jones refers commonly. Well, Harrison Ford, really. You see him on the red carpet. The first thing you ask him, hey, how you doing? How'd you get here? Too. Exactly. He refers to it.
The drops.
I don't think it does. I've heard reports.
The drop S.
I've heard reports. The gray is sprouting up like wildflowers.
It's true. Sprouts.
You guys seen Ben Affleck's penis?
Affleck? Affleck.
Do you mean Pauly Shore's?
No, Ben Affleck.
Pauly Shore has a really, really, really tiny penis.
That's very racist.
Let's see if we can find a picture of Pauly Shore's penis.
The show was going so well. What happened?
I just like the idea.
Fell off a cliff.
I just like the idea. Let's look at the different celebrities' penises. It's Justin Bieber's penis.
I think this is another show that needs to be done on your own time.
Look, I don't know, man. I kind of like doing it around other guys. It kind of gets me off. I mean, not gets me off, but it gets me.
So we're looking at a picture of Pauly Shore, and I would not say that he has. Well, you can come up.
That's
I would not say he's with a very attractive woman, And maybe that's why he's slightly aroused, because he looks kind of like he's standing at attention.
It looks like a grown man's penis.
You guys ever see Son-in-Law?
It looks like a normal size of penis.
Did not see Son-in-Law, but I can only imagine.
It's hilarious. He ends up going back to he's like the what's it called, the RA of a college, a campus building,
the dorms or something.
And this like beautiful girl from like the Midwest that lives with like Bush, like George Bush, pretty much. It's her dad. She goes to college in California, and Pauly Shore is the RA in her building, and he meets her upon her arrival.
Yeah.
And he basically makes her his best friend.
Okay.
And she is.
Let's go hang out.
She invites him back to her ranch for Christmas when Christmas comes around.
Okay.
Or Thanksgiving, I can't remember. And he just ruins everything. And their parents hate him because he's Pauly Shore, like just the quintessential Pauly Shore role. Dead.
Oh, what's up, buddy? Bye, guy. Hey, what's up, gay? This is my impression of Pauly Shore on LSD. Hey, what's up, buddy, gay? Hey, what's up, gay? Buddy, gay, bo. Oh, what's up, trying to get some. Oh man, I'm seeing. Oh, whoa. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Pauly Shore on LSD. We're gonna take a quick break.
We can review.
Alex is. I'm glad that Alex is not banned from the show anymore. Unfortunately, Kenneth is banned from the Degrassi show, but
it's okay. It's a sojourn more than a banishment.
He can never talk on the Degrassi show ever again, and if he does, he's going to receive a swift backhand to the face and penis.
If you ever hit me, you'll be the first person I get to exert my strength on. I've been training for years. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z for double that time.
I think you probably have a lot of sociopathic rage.
I could rip you limb from limb with a smile.
With a smile?
With a smile on my face, I would rip you limb from limb. I would just rip you apart.
That's like a Buddhist threat.
It's a Buddhist threat, yeah. It's a Buddhist threat. You better believe it.
You can kill him with kindness.
You're Buddhist now?
He would die of blood loss because I'd rip his limbs off and all of his arteries would be exposed.
Wait, I thought you said you were just going to smile at him, though.
No, I would be smiling as I ripped his arms from his torso and his legs and just ripped. I would just watch him just quivering on the ground, limbless, and with just such utter joy.
This guy I knew in high school named Avery.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Avery?
Patterson?
Yeah,
he had a huge afro.
Shout out
to the afro.
He showed me one day in class a way to basically immobilize somebody that was trying to attack you with a single 2-finger grip on the wrist. I don't know if I can do it because I can't. It's
Ow! You didn't do it yet. Come on. Some strength you have.
Oh!
Dragon Ball Z boy.
Around your wrist.
Dragon Ball Z boy.
Vegeta boy. Kenneth, you've seen the video of
I have.
the
Don't
kid.
pull it up. Shut up.
All right.
Move on. Put it in the liner notes. Shut up.
All right.
Anyways, this kid totally. He's like, come on, man, throw one punch in my face and I'll immobilize you almost instantaneously with my Afro-licious finger grab trick upon the pressure points of your wrist. And I said, all right, dude, I guess I'll do it. We're about to leave the class. And I threw a punch at him. He grabbed my wrist. Like I think he was gay, but it was like the daintiest defense I could probably ever get.
You think it wouldn't have stopped? Did it really hurt?
It hurt like shit. I was like, man, that's fucking awesome. I could totally use that again. And I can't figure out because it's like these two very specific.
Ow! He wasn't doing it right.
No.
Two very specific pressure points.
Try it on me, man.
That you can.
You probably can. Oh shit! God damn it, man! Fuck! How did you do that?
I learned it from this dude. This guy taught me, man. Free lessons. If you guys know Avery Patterson, give him a call.
He's on Facebook.
He offers free lessons. Yeah. He's only got one trick.
We gotta get him to sign a consent form.
Pony.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of ponies, aren't you guys riding up on a new season? Speaking of
we are. This is episode 1 or episode 0 or episode 10 of last season.
This is episode 10 of last season.
So yeah, next episode will be.
This is the season finale.
This is the season finale.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We spent weeks writing it.
Tied up some loose ends and we didn't write it though. It was all real life.
Sure, wink.
No part of this was pre-planned.
Definitely not.
And Alex, you actually broke into my house, and I'm pretty upset about that. And we'll talk about that later.
I'm totally
gonna pay for that window.
The window. I'm definitely not gonna pay for.
Well, we got to take you to the hospital after this too, though.
Your hand's bleeding pretty bad.
I've been bleeding for like the last 30 minutes, but somehow I'm still able to drink wine.
I didn't want to mention it because I was so pissed off. But I mean, now that we're friends,
You've got a big heart.
And you know, you got a good show going on, the re-show.
The re-show.
We've played clips of it before.
It's a great show.
It's gonna get dropped, I guess, officially in some capacity.
Yeah, well, it's gonna get picked up, not
picked
dropped.
up.
Picked up, as it were.
I guess I should formally ask you, Kenneth.
Yes, I'll marry you.
Okay.
He said yes.
That's classic.
Proposal.
Cool.
Proposal not taken back in acceptance.
Do you have a proposal of a different kind?
Oh, you were gonna say
I have a
something
different
else?
proposal.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
of a different nature, not of my nature.
Sorry, I'm just a creature of habit.
It's just if you would be so kind as to
30 seconds
to actually marry my podcast to the podcast empire.
Ah, it'll become one of my concubines.
Yes, indeed.
One of our concubines.
So I need to sign anything? Or?
No, just
Okay.
We got
close your eyes and get ready for a ride.
Right.
We got the re-show coming up. We got weekend review.
Season 2
coming
dropping
up
next week if you can believe it.
And Jesus Charlie. Please check out the podcast Empire. If you're on Facebook, check it out. We're gonna do everything we can to make you a good, happy person.
Weekend review.
Show.
Weekend review.
You've been listening to
A production of
the Podcast Empire. Spread the word.